For some people it's very clear. Just put in Battle Royale and Team Deathmatch as a special mode for Planetside 2, but not a separate game like Planetside Arena. But is it really a good idea? Let's find out. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am Faber1 and today we're gonna do another discussion. Some people question the rationale of the existence of Planetside Arena. They don't see where it fits in with the complete Planetside franchise. And what they have much rather seen is that the resources put into Planetside Arena are put into Planetside 2. I want to look at the advantages and the disadvantages of combining the two games. And also in the end I want to think about why DBG, Daybreak Games, the developers of both Planetside 2 as well as Planetside Arena, thought about not combining both games but going with two separate games. I'm not going to defend the decisions of Daybreak Games, I want to look at this with an open mind. In the past I might have reacted kinda defensively for Daybreak Games, especially about the topic on why the games should be separate or why not. But today let's forget that and look at the complete picture. Let's start with the advantages. The first one is a very obvious one, and those are economies of scale. Right now we have two separate teams working on both Planetside Arena as well as Planetside 2. If my sources are correct, there should be somewhat less than 10 working on Planetside 2 and around 75 working at Planetside Arena right now. There have been some layoffs at Daybreak Games lately, so the numbers might vary a bit, but give or take, those are the numbers. It is a bit vague to me what the composition is like at Daybreak Games for the Planetside Arena team. For example, how many guys are working at the engine right now, or how many designers are active, or how many people are thinking about the gameplay, or lore even. But what I do think is that most of the guys working on Planetside Arena could also work on Planetside 2. They probably all know how the Force Light engine works and how to add their work to the game, so it will be a very easy transition from Planetside Arena to Planetside 2. What you see right now in the gameplay is that you have more or less two builds of Planetside. You got the old Planetside 2 build, and you got the somewhat newer Planetside 2.5 build with the Arena gameplay. Planetside Arena ran natively on DirectX 11, whereas Planetside 2 is still running on DirectX 9. What I personally think right now, if they fix something in Planetside 2, that doesn't automatically mean they fix something for Planetside Arena. I do want to state here, I do not work at Daybreak Games and I'm not part of the development of Planetside Arena nor Planetside 2. So I make a lot of if statements. It could very well be that bringing one fix to the other game is very easy, but what I'm seeing right now, I don't think it is. With my prior knowledge in project management, I would like to say that if you combine at least both projects, your workflow will be a lot better. But that's not the only advantage of combining the games. As you might know, the player population of Planetside 2 is declining in a steady state. Probably DirectX 11, Usher and Azops will bring in some more players. However, I don't think it will help in the end. To be realistic, I do think it will bring back some more players. To just say guys, more performance, new faction, can be cool, right? Let's check it out again. But it won't attract millions and millions of new players, and that is actually very important. What might bring in millions and millions of players in this day and age in the current gaming market is a Battle Royale game. Yes, a Battle Royale game. What many people are mentioning is that if you would go, for example, with the system of the continents right now, so instead of going to, for example, Indar or another continent, what if you just could go to Alcazar, go to the Battle Royale environment or go to the Team Deathmatch environment. In that way, for once at least, they would check out the normal MMO FPS environment of Planetside. I really think you couldn't have any better advertisements for Planetside 2 in this day and age than just releasing a second Battle Royale mode into the game. It's not completely a valid argument though, because people could check out the game for the Battle Royale game, they probably will stick with the Battle Royale mode. So what would happen then? Then still the contents would feel very empty, because people would only go for the Battle Royale environment. What you could do to fix this problem, of course, is maybe add some in-game advantages or benefits or skins by completing stuff in the MMO FPS environment in the continents. Or maybe if Daybreak Games is still busy thinking about battle passes, they might add some specific rewards, for example completing something on Indal or Amerish. But be prepared, yes, this could bring in some more immature players, a bit younger players that are in love with the Battle Royale gameplay. I do actually think that you guys are not in favor of Battle Royale, thanks also to the image that Battle Royale has with Fortnite, attracting a lot longer players, and yeah. Do you really want that in Planetside? That's again another question. I think more players and a growing community is never bad, so even by adding some more younger players, that could be a good thing for the complete Planetside franchise, but those are just my 2 cents. One more final advantage of having this addition to Planetside 2 instead of a separate game would be that you could use the existing player base of Planetside 2. Yes, I do know we don't have a huge amount of players on Planetside 2, but at least we have a stable base, and those players could also be part of the Battle Royale experience. If Planetside Battle Royale wants to be special, wants to stand out, it needs to have a large amount of players. And you can't have that with a good player base. I know many people that play Planetside 2 that would never buy Planetside Arena. And again, I don't know, maybe Planetside Arena will be free to play in the future, but it would certainly at least try it out as a part of Planetside 2. Using the existing player base of Planetside 2 could, for example, lower the waiting times for the Battle Royale mode, or you just know, spread some more awareness, just to, hi guys, I'm playing this game, Planetside 2, you have like a new Battle Royale game, in general some more word-to-mouth advertisements. How I see it right now is that Planetside Arena is more or less competing with Planetside 2, and it shouldn't be like that. Planetside Arena and Planetside 2 are like brothers and sisters of a very distorted family, but still they shouldn't fight. What I already see right now is like this divide between, on the left side, Planetside 2 players and right side Planetside Arena players, and the game isn't freaking out yet. No, we should be working together to make Planetside great again, and it doesn't matter if it's Arena, Battle Royale, or Team Deathmatch, or just the original Planetside 2 battles. The only way to create less of a struggle, less of a divide, is by combining the 2 games. That's the easiest solution. Yes, there might still be some hate, but that will be the same as right now, for example, if a new player hates a TR player, or an NC player, or an NC player hating another NC player. That's normal in gaming. But isn't as bad as it is right now between Planetside Arena and Planetside 2. And I think most of you guys agree with me, we need to work together on this. But then let's go to the advantages. Why should it be good to have 2 different games? Whereas combining both games would make sure you have economies of scale, so more effective work with one big team. Having a segregated game could maybe make sure you have economies of scope. On the one hand, you have a game targeting just MMO feel, MMO players, MMO shooters, and on the other hand, you target with Planetside Arena the market of Battle Royale and Team Deathmatch. You still kinda have the same game because you have this one underlying engine, the Foresight engine, but you make a variety of different products. The feeling I've got right now is that Planetside Arena is really targeted until the younger players, and Planetside 2 is more targeted towards the more mature audience. Those are 2 completely different markets in my opinion, and if you try to combine those, it could maybe make like a clash, and not the massive clash you want to see, but a bad kind of clash. If you separate the 2 games, that doesn't mean you can't advertise for Planetside 2 still. By selling your product under the Planetside name, you might still bring in some more people to the original Planetside 2. The same happened with Titanfall 2 and Apex Legends. That game doesn't even share the name. I'm not saying that the Planetside Arena game will be as big as a success as Apex Legends. I don't know if it will be realistic, but Planetside Arena as a separate game might still bring in some more players to Planetside 2. That also brings me to my second argument, because I think having a separate game gives you so much more attention than just bringing like a big update to the game. Let's take a look at a quite recent example that was in a quite similar situation. In 2018, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CSGO, decided to bring their Battle Royale to the game. They added their own Battle Royale mode. And what's more, they also made the game free to play. All in all, big changes for already a big game. But well, okay. Where was the media? What was the outcry? I've never really seen the big push for Counter-Strike when they launched a big update like this. So I felt like it didn't really catch fire when they tried to do this, and it was a big thing. I think they really worked hard on it, and actually the Battle Royale mode was rather innovative. They used drones, they used like a tablet, and it might not feel that well because, I don't know, Counter-Strike doesn't feel made for like a Battle Royale mode, but it was innovative and they tried their best, but it didn't catch fire. And I've got another example. 5 days ago, on the 25th of March, yes, Battlefield, the big Battlefield, added their update Firestorm to the game. Again, a quite big thing. However, they updated it only like 6 months after launch. Even freaking Firestorm didn't catch fire. How do I measure the success of a game? When does it catch fire? Well, I think popularity is a good measure. Right now, I'm looking at the viewer numbers, the concurrent viewership of a certain game directory. I think that really shows if a game is doing well. If a lot of people are watching it, it's a popular game. So, my numbers are from the 29th of March. in the evening, prime time. It is 10 o'clock in the evening. Apex Legends has 130k viewers right now. And as I see it, there is a big tournament going on with big live streamers like Dr. Disrespect. But still, 4 days after the launch of Firestorm, a quite special update. Battlefield 5 has only 8.3k viewers. Simply said, Apex Legends, a completely new game, is 10 times bigger than the big Battlefield. Maybe it's a bit of an unfair comparison right now because Apex has a tournament, but even on a normal night without any tournament, there are at least 60k viewers right now in March for Apex Legends. As I see it, I think having an update doesn't bring in the people Daybreak Games want to bring in. And yes, a separate game will bring in much more attention. So let's go to try to conclude. Why do I think that Daybreak Games has chosen this path they went for? Basically, why are there two separate games? Daybreak Games is not a charity. They want to make some serious money. Before Apex launched, they started thinking we can maybe sell $30 a piece for Planetside Arena. But Royale is a hype and yeah, it might work. You might sell a lot of copies and that would bring in some serious money. By now Apex is out and I think they need to rechange their business model. They need to go free to play somehow. But beforehand they didn't know that. They already did development and by this time I think it's very hard and also very costly to go from 2 to 1 build. So for example at Planetside Arena and Planetside 2. Don't forget that Planetside Arena is already in a fast stage of development. You might think, yeah, they still got a few months. I mean, summer of 2019 is still far away. It isn't. For game development, only 6 months or whatever it can still be. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. Was it naive from the development team? Not really, because Apex Legends was really a surprise and it could have caught fire, the Planetside Arena launch on the 29th of January. You know, if it was good. What happened, of course, is development and also communication really lacked at the part of Daybreak Games. It was complete and utter rubbish. Even the communication regarding beta times, which is very vague and that doesn't help when releasing a game. What they're doing right now is they're going for a restart. Planetside Arena refunded, Planetside Arena delayed until summer. They want to make a second fresh start with Planetside Arena. And a fresh start is very important because yes guys, I do think that Planetside 2 is in some way done. It's done. The game is finished, it's in a good state, at least in a decent state. It's a fun experience for me. And I don't think that EA Games wants to spend the time of 70, 80 developers to work on that game anymore. That does make sense because the player base of Planetside 2 isn't that big anymore. So I do think that the current developer team is representative of the size of the community. Planetside Arena is a complete fresh start. It can bring in new players, it can bring in a new reputation for Planetside and a new reputation for Daybreak Games. Now yeah, I do think that this is the reasoning behind Planetside 2 and Planetside Arena. Two separate games, not just one. Well, basically it all comes down to money. Like with many things in this world. But what do you think? Do you know any other advantages or disadvantages of having a combined game or a separated game? Or do you think that Daybreak Games had another reasoning behind this whole idea of Planetside Arena? Let me know, I'm really looking forward to what you guys think. Let's have this discussion. But remember guys, real gentlemen. And you know what real gentlemen do? They subscribe to the channel by pressing that big red subscribe button down below. But anyway guys, that's me, that's Fab1, and I will see you soon with some more content.